Good afternoon to all. Our today's topic is deodorants and antiperspirants. All of us commonly used deo sprays to check the body odor. So today we will study what are the deodorants and antiperspirants. So deodorants are the substances which are applied to the body to prevent or mask body odor, which is caused by the breakdown of sweat by the bacteria. We all know that sweating occurs in the body, and due to sweating foul smell comes. Why this foul smell comes? This foul smell comes due to the breakdown of the sweat by bacteria. So what are deodorants? Deodorants are the substances which are applied to the body to prevent or mask body odor which is caused by the breakdown of the sweat by bacteria. Now there is one more term, antiperspirants. I think most of you will be familiar with perspiration. Perspiration means sweating. So antiperspirants mean which substances which prevent sweating. So what are antiperspirants? Antiperspirants are a subclass of deodorants which not only masks the body odor but also prevents the sweating by blocking the sweat glands. So I mean to say here that deodorants and antiperspirants are almost same with a little bit difference. So the differences between deodorants and antiperspirants will be clear to you in the next points that I am going to introduce to you. As I told you, deodorants mask the body odor by checking the growth of the bacteria or checking the breakdown of the sweat by bacteria. So deodorants basically they do not stop sweating, but they prevent bacterial breakdown of the sweat so that no foul smell is produced if sweating is there. So what is the meaning of this? That deodorants act after the sweating. So I can say that deodorants do not check the sweating, but they check the growth of the bacteria that causes the breakdown of the sweat. So I can say that deodorants work after sweating, whereas antiperspirants block the sweat glands. Now what happens if sweat glands are blocked? Then there will be no sweating, or I can say if they are blocked to some extent, sweating will be less. So the main difference between deodorants and antiperspirants is that deodorants do not stop sweating, whereas antiperspirants stop the sweating. But antiperspirants, in addition to stopping the sweating or controlling the sweating, they simultaneously check the bacterial breakdown of the sweat. So antiperspirants, I can say, they start working even before sweating. So I can say that antiperspirants are a subclass of deodorants. Second difference is deodorants contain antimicrobial agents to check the bacterial growth, whereas antiperspirants contain both. What means both here? Means that they contain both substances to block sweat glands to prevent perspiration as well as antimicrobial agents to check the bacterial breakdown of the sweat. So these two are the basic differences between deodorants and antiperspirants. Now, antiperspirants contain substances to block the sweat glands. Now, what substances are used to block the sweat glands? So, main substance or ingredients that are used in antiperspirants to control the sweat are aluminium salts, and aluminium salts commonly used are aluminium chlorohydrate and aluminium zirconium tetrachlorohydroxyglycine. These two salts are commonly used in antiperspirants to check the sweating or prevent the sweating. Now, how these salts work? These salts, when applied to the body, they dissolve in the sweat or moisture present on the skin, and these salts form a gel. Now, this gel acts like a temporary plug to control the amount of sweat from the sweat glands. Now, as a plug is formed near the mouth of the or opening of the sweat glands, so outflow of the sweat from the sweat glands is reduced or controlled. So, if less sweating is there, then less amount of sweat will be there for the bacteria to cause the breakdown. So, we can say that antiperspirants check the sweating. Now, we will study next ingredients of deodorants and antiperspirants. So, I told you the difference between deodorants and antiperspirants, and here we will study the ingredients of deodorants and antiperspirants simultaneously, because I have already discussed with you the difference between the two. So, I am giving here you the overview of the main ingredients of, I would say, both the deodorants and antiperspirants, because I think now it is clear to you that what is the basic difference between the two, although ingredients are almost same. So, main ingredients of the deodorants and antiperspirants include aluminium salts, antimicrobials, fragrances and skin conditioners, carrier substances, propellants and alcohol, generally ethyl alcohol. So, we shall discuss all these one by one in detail along with their functions. So, first one is aluminium salts. So, aluminium salts, the main active ingredient of antiperspirants are aluminium salts, and I told you earlier which aluminium salts are commonly used in deodorants and antiperspirants. Two salts are commonly used, aluminium chlorohydrate and aluminium zirconium tetrachlorohydroxyglycine. These two salts are commonly used in deodorants and antiperspirants, and I already told you that they work by forming a gel upon dissolution in the salt or moisture present in the skin and reduce the flow of the sweat from the sweat glands. So, main function of aluminium salts is to block the or control the flow of the sweat from the sweat glands. And aluminium chloride, another salt of aluminium, is used to treat people with mild to moderate hydrosis. Hydrosis means hyperhidrosis, sorry. Mild to moderate hyperhidrosis. Hyperhidrosis means excessive sweating. So, the people who suffer with excessive sweating, they are treated by using aluminium chloride. Next constituent or ingredient of deos and antiperspirants are antimicrobials and preservatives. Antimicrobial agents are used to kill or check the growth of the microbes, and I would say most commonly as bacteria, because bacteria are present on the skin. So, aluminum salts present in the antiperspirants also act as antimicrobial agents to kill the bacteria. While deodorants which do not contain aluminum salts, most commonly, as I told you, they do not contain aluminum salts, they contain other antimicrobial agents like triaclosan. Triaclosan, I had already told you what is triaclosan. So triaclosan is also used as antimicrobial agent, but it is used in deodorants. And alcohol is also used as antimicrobial agent, because alcohol containing deodorants and antiperspirants are also effective in controlling the body odor, as they are effective against bacteria also. So alcohol also acts as antimicrobial agent, although it can also serve as a solvent. Parabens I had already told you, derivatives of para-hydroxy benzoate. They are also used as preservatives in antiperspirants. And third ingredient of deodorants and antiperspirants are fragrances and skin conditioners. Now, as you are familiar with what is the use of fragrances, fragrances are used to provide fragrance, or here I would say to mask the body odor and provide a feeling of freshness to the user. Many antiperspirants also contain emollients. Now, I had already told you in the previous lectures that what are emollients. Emollients are the substances which soften the skin. So many deodorants and antiperspirants also contain emollients to soften the skin, because they can also cause dryness. So emollients are added to prevent the dryness and maintain the softness of the skin. And glycerine and vegetable oils like sunflower oil are also used as moisturizers in antiperspirants. Most antiperspirants also contain an oil to stop the product from the drying, because we use some propellant that can cause dryness upon cooling. Some oils are also used in antiperspirants to stop them from drying, like roll-on sticks you are familiar with, you might be using nowadays. Roll-on sticks, so they contain oil to prevent them from drying. And silica is also used in antiperspirants. Why it is used? Why silica is used in deodorants and antiperspirants? Because we use oils to maintain moisture on the skin, so that may cause greasiness on the skin. So silica is added or used to absorb this oiliness, so that skin does not become greasy on use. Next ingredient is carrier substances. Now, what is the use of carrier substances? Carriers are used in antiperspirants to effectively apply the antiperspirants to the skin, and most commonly used carrier in deodorants is water. Water is commonly used carrier in most roll-ons. Roll-on sticks you might have seen nowadays that they contain. So these roll-on sticks contain water, and creams, deo creams also are also used. Also contain water as carrier. So water helps them in spreading easily onto the skin, while aerosols in sprays, aerosols use cyclomethicone. What is cyclomethicone? Cyclomethicone is a mixture of cyclic siloxanes. So aerosols also use cyclomethicone as a carrier, and an example of cyclomethicone is decamethyl. Deca means 10-methyl. Decamethyl cyclopentasiloxane. So you can see this is the structure of decamethyl cyclopentasiloxane. You can see I have marked in orange ovals. There are 10 methyl groups overall, so that's why it is known as decamethyl. And if you see, there are SiO units, So there are 5 SiO units. So that's why it is known as pentasiloxane, and they are in a ring form. So that's why its name is decamethyl cyclopentasiloxane. Now this decamethyl cyclopentasiloxane is a colorless, odorless, volatile liquid and is also commonly used as carrier in deos. Next ingredient of antiperspirants is propellant. Now as you are familiar with word propellant, propellant mean any substance used to propel something. Now if we want to use a spray, then we must have some substance which can expel the ingredients present in the antiperspirants inside the bottle onto the skin. So propellants must be there in the antiperspirants or sprays. So propellants used in antiperspirants are most commonly medium to higher pressure substances that produce a strong but comfortable spray to reach the skin. Is it clear? And most commonly used propellants in antiperspirants are hydrocarbons like propane, butane and isobutane, etc. Because these are gases, so when they are present inside the spray bottle and once we open the nozzle, they usually come out with pressure onto the skin, so they can be used as propellant. So commonly used propellants are propane, butane and isobutane. And last ingredient of antiperspirants is alcohol. Alcohol is commonly used as solvent, as well as I told you also as antimicrobial agent. So alcohol is also present in roll-on sticks, gels, aerosols, etc. And its function is to use as a solvent in antiperspirants deos to dissolve other ingredients, because it dries quickly on applying to the skin and provides a pleasant and immediate cooling effect. So function of alcohol is as a solvent, as well as once upon applying it dries quickly and provides a cooling effect, so that no wetness remains there on the skin. Because if your skin remains wet for a long time after applying a deo, then some sort of infection may occur on the skin due to moisture, or I would say humidity like nature there. So alcohol is used for that, to prevent that. And alcohol also acts as antimicrobial, as I told you earlier. So that was all about the deodorants and antiperspirants and their ingredients. Thank you.